It's come to my attention that there are some conflicting opinions about gold on the internet. So, I'm going to mash a few thoughts together here in this one today, but the general topic is going to be holding physical gold and whether or not that's a good idea. Now, obviously, I don't have a problem with it, but I split it up, I vault some of it, and I don't go around telling strangers about it in the real world. And I guess as a few people have pointed out, maybe all these coins are fake to begin with. Somebody even said in the comments that I just rent the gold to make the videos, and that is definitely possible. Regardless of what I do though, the best thing you can do to secure your gold is to simply not tell anyone about it. Now on top of that, there are legitimate reasons you might invest in a TL15 or a TL30 safe. There might be reasons to vault some or all of it. Maybe just spread it out, whatever makes you most comfortable, because it all depends on your situation. But at some point here, we kind of need a reality check. If you were to walk around the downtown in any large metro, you will see men pass by casually with $15,000 watches on. You'll see women walk by with jewelry worth more than that. So securing some physical gold, or any valuable asset for that matter, at your home or your business really is not a crazy thing. Last week I made a video about some difficulties with insuring my gold, and the comments were pretty active. Actually, they still are. Now, we had everything from the government will confiscate your gold if they know about it, to just buy Bitcoin. And you can tell whether or not Bitcoin is in a bull cycle just by looking at the comments around here. There were also some comments about the lengths that people go to hide their gold and the arsenals that they have to protect it. And then at least a few people made sure to let me know that I'm an idiot for admitting that I have gold in the first place. Now, if a person who was new to gold and silver stumbled into the comments in that video, I'm sure that it would seem like this whole thing is way too much work, this whole thing is way too much stress, and they wouldn't want to get into it. Like I mentioned earlier though, most people's gold holdings will be completely under the radar. So the risks that come with personally securing it are probably pretty minimal. Even the things that I'm talking about here, the steps that I've taken, are a little bit further than they would be if I wasn't talking about the gold in the first place. And this is an anonymous channel, but there's always some risk that that will change. And if it does, I will go a couple steps further yet. Generally speaking though, it's probably not a whole lot different than the risk profile you'd have with owning some jewelry, maybe keeping some cash on hand. I'd actually say it's a little bit lower. The other part of that was whether or not it's a good idea to have gold in the first place. And you make that decision on your own. I'm not making any kind of pitch to get anyone to buy gold. I think it's smart, but it's up to you. So anyone dropping into the comments to write, just buy Bitcoin, clearly does not get it. And buying gold does not mean that you can't make investments in the market or in crypto. I mean, personally, I'm in both. Bitcoin is pretty boring right now, so I don't know where those comments are coming from. Obviously, cryptocurrency is in a bull cycle. It seems like everything is making gains. I like Solana, Polkadot, Avalanche, Polygon, ETH. It's all going up. But any of us who were around last May saw it go the other way as well. So again, it's a totally different category than gold. It's been a little while since I mentioned the 3 ounce of gold idea, but I still think that having a certain amount of gold for emergencies is just smart. To me, it's never a matter of only buying one thing. It's simply a matter of how to balance it all out. My point is just that I don't personally buy gold to the exclusion of everything else. Some people do. That is not dumb. That is safe. I personally have a higher risk tolerance, and I think that it's important to be diversified. Anyone coming into a video about gold is going to be bringing their own perception. So if you only buy gold and you like nothing else, well, these videos will probably suit you just fine. And if you aren't sure, well, just keep an open mind. If buying gold would be a 180 in your thinking, then I wouldn't suggest going all in. And keep buying your Bitcoin, your GameStop, or whatever it is you're doing. Just consider this maybe as a new layer. Now, it's something that's worked well for me over the years for a lot of reasons. Helps me save, balances out some of my investments, and it's a good place to devote some attention. Now, if you want to call it a hobby, I personally don't really like that word, but as far as hobbies go, you could do worse. So if you're interested in gold, I don't think you need to worry about the fringe views. It's not particularly hard to store. If you do want to use a vault, I don't think you're at risk of the FBI raiding a gold depository and stealing your gold. Another one that came up a few times was Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not taking its place. I think that it's safe to say that the interest from the general public is pretty low right now. If inflation continues, though, prices for gold could go up. Next year's rate hikes could also send it up. I just wouldn't recommend looking at gold like something that you would swing trade. It's something you save for long term. And whether you think gold is cheap right now or you think the price is still inflated, gold has the third highest trading volume compared against all major financial assets. It's beat only by US Treasuries and the S&P 500. So it's not going anywhere. We can keep this one quick today. I don't want to preach to the choir. If anyone wants to add to this, though, hit us up in the comments. Gold prices are making a run right now, and that actually confirms some technical analysis predictions. That doesn't happen very often. And I did get a purchase in on Wednesday ahead of it. We'll see if it's still strong when it shows up next week. I'm also planning on getting another Q&A out the door soon as well. So if you have any questions that you want me to hit on, make sure to leave those in the comments. While you're there, make sure to hit the like button and be sure you're subscribed if you're into the topic of gold. And if you're still here, thank you again for watching. I always appreciate your time. Take care.